Right, okay. Hello and welcome to my stream. My name's Jason, also known as Dragon11. Running a little late again today, so don't really know how. So I was meaning to be on about an hour ago. I was actually pretty much ready to start an hour ago, but got distracted and one thing after another. Running late now. But here we are. Anyway, now I was originally planning to start with Sobble today, going for the water types, but I've changed my mind at the last minute and I'm going to go for Arrokuda first instead, as get started with a slightly slower, well, hopefully slower, probably slower, don't know, my luck's been all over the place. Start with this instead. So, where are we? So the Arrokuda should spawn in this lake, so I'll just, yeah, you can see some already. But they're going to be a little hard to spot, so that's probably what will make this a little bit slower than the Sobble. The Sobble should be a fairly easy one to spot. I actually want to save before doing this. Let's talk how long animations take at times. Right, quick save. So I didn't get much luck on the last stream, so hopefully you get a bit luckier this time. So I've only got 2 water types I'll be hunting for today, but that should be enough to keep me going for a while, considering I only got 2 shinies last stream. Ideally I'd be looking for more than that. Where's my recipe that I was going to use? I wanted onion, red, green, yellow, and 2 prosciutto. I'm going with the bitter and spicy sandwich again today, just to get started. Yeah, I've got Sobble and Arrokuda I was going after today. I was going to start with Arrokuda, but I was going to start with Sobble, but I decided to start with Arrokuda instead. Just because I think it'll makes more sense. Still using up the less useful fillings, the Herb Mystica. Just get this made quickly, hope I don't lose anything. Doing this slightly different to what I done last time, just keeping the stacks. I've got less peppers than last time. Okay, so this should give water encounters. I've just done the wrong one, haven't I? I've done the flying one. I just completely used the wrong recipe. I was looking at the wrong one. I meant to use 2 cucumber, not 2 prosciutto. That's annoying. Because I'm hurrying. I shouldn't hurry. I make mistakes when I hurry. Because I'm running late. So I wanted to get started quickly and not make mistakes because I was running late. I'm not the sort of person who should rush things. Just take my time. Take my time. That's why I like outbreak hunting. I can just take my time with it. So after last stream, I spent about 5 minutes resetting outbreaks. Got a score bunny outbreak after an hour and a half without getting a shiny during the stream. So 5 minutes to get the outbreak to show up. Once the outbreak was there, half hour to get 2 shinies from it. Right, this should be the water sandwich. I got made notes of all the sandwiches I need for today, and I was just looking at completely the wrong one. That's a good start. this might be a bit trickier to stack. Keep them in organised piles at least. I may be cutting it a bit tight. Worried that cucumber will fall off then. Don't mention me to do these so close together. I think I saved it. Saved. Ooh, Ollie. There we go. Right, anyway, so this Arrokuda, difficult to isolate in Paldea. No, it is in Paldea. Difficult to isolate, so when I hunted for this before, wasn't a great shiny hunt. I think I had used an outbreak for that. For this one, I can use the crystal pool apparently. And it gets isolated in the crystal pool. So hopefully this should make it a bit easier. And then we've got Sobble afterwards. How easy are these going to be to spot? I do not know, because this is going to be hard. These are hard to see in the water as it is. I think I'm looking for a bluish tint one. Oh my god, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be a nightmare of a hunt. Okay. Where's my picture? Yeah, it is a bluish tint rather than brown. So most of them are brown. The one I want is blue-ish. This is going to be horrible. Yeah, definitely use the narrow zoom. So I saw a blue tint to it there, but it's just the water. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare one. So this is why I'm starting with this one. I think it's going to be the most painful to start off with, and then just cruise through the rest. I get annoyed by all the sparkles sitting around, so I just try and pick them up as I go. I didn't even see him there. It's gonna be... No, they're brown. If I just accidentally bump into the shiny, that would be great. But I think if I just stick to the edge, I think this should work for resetting the spawns. It's not going to be ideal because I can't check stuff further away that easily. Two on top of each other there. Won't question what they're doing. Are these actually despawning or not? Brown, brown. How hard is this to see? I mean, It's brown. But yeah, so I got this score bunny fairly quick after the stream, so it wasn't too bad. And then yesterday I knew beforehand Squirtle was going to be impossible to shiny hunt using a sandwich, so I figured I'd just get that done as an outbreak off stream, so I managed to get that. It did take quite a while though. Took a couple of hours, 'cause it just didn't want to spawn. It was actually a good location. So the location was quite good, because it was... there was a waterfall, and I worked out if I went to the waterfall, that spot was right in range of just the outbreak, so nothing else would spawn if I was under the waterfall. So I'd go under the waterfall, get everything to spawn, then run off, run back, and have everything respawn again. Just squirtles. Which was great in theory, but so a good couple of hours before a shiny actually spawned. I hardly see these things half the time. I assume these are despawning? Yeah, I've got to be despawning. Note. Oh, these are hard to spot. The water effect is one of the hardest bits. I wonder if the blue will actually show up clearer. Might do. Anyway. Yeah, so I eventually got the squirrel. Started toddling off out of the water and walking away from me. I had to chase after it. I did get it eventually. I've just been sorting other bits since then. I cannot see these. I think these are all brown. Bollocks. If that was a shiny, that would have been great. Yeah. So, got the Squirtle. Picked up a few... I didn't want to hit that. Picked up a few other odd bits and pieces. Just... so I'm bringing together my regular living decks, non-shiny, as well. I've got it scattered around the place. I just need to find it and collect up. And I found there was a few bits I could do with extra copies of. So I went around collecting them, rather than, well, they're on the game somewhere. I just don't know where. So rather than hunting through all my games to try and find them, I figured I'd just catch new ones. Figured that'd be quicker. And it was, so I picked them up yesterday as well, after that Squirtle. So I got that sorted. Well, not all of them, there's still a couple more I still need to sort out, but mostly there. Actually, I think it's just a... I can't remember what it was. I think I've only got like one left to get, and I can get it. I think it's a version exclusive on one of the games, so... I'll find it at some point. Might even just do it later today, after stream, but... Let's see what happens. So for today, so I'm going to be starting off these water types. So I said last stream I was planning to do, but I had water types lined up to do after the fire types, but the fire types did not go well. So water types were left for today, and I'm now doing them. So the Squirtle I'd already ruled out as being viable, because that would have just been a nightmare to hunt for on stream. Arrokuda, I was hoping to get a bit easier. I haven't actually checked if I've got an outbreak for it. Might be easier if I've got an outbreak to do that at the same time. Find the outbreak and do that with the sandwich, but I'm doing this now anyhow, so whatever. So Arrokuda or Barracuda, either one, doesn't matter which I get. Their outbreaks are fairly common, they're just a bit of a pain to spot mainly. So I was hoping this would make it a bit easier with boosted shiny rate, but actually what outbreaks do I have? I know I got a Totodile, who's over there, or Totodile. Oops. Because Totodile's one I could do with replacing, so I was thinking I might do the Totodile later. Any Arrokuda or Barracuda? No, it's not going to be one today. Huh, Bishop, that's a funny one. I was also doing some evolutions yesterday as well, and one of the evolutions I needed to do was King Gambit. And as I was looking for the family groups, I guess, the horde of them to spawn, I think I was just looking for the second one to spawn, because you have to do 3 of them, of course. And I was just looking for the second one to spawn, and as they did, the horde spawned, and one of the Pawniard was shiny, so and extra shiny. So I'm not going to say no to that. Unintentional shiny. But why can't things like this show up that easily when I want a shiny? So I didn't even want it shiny, I already got plenty of it shiny. That's quite an obvious one to spot, very easy to spot. Easy to hunt for if you want it. But are these despawning or not? I can't really tell. I thought I could get through that. But yeah, so I got an extra... and that's just gone on land. Got an extra shiny Pawniard from that, because I was doing the evolutions. Try going off land, onto land a bit. The other ones that had already spawned. If we just go into the middle, will that work? Possibly, but they're still hard to spot. Yeah, so didn't have too bad luck. Actually, after my last stream, it was funny with the score bunny. So I stopped to have dinner and then went out to do my dailies on Pokemon Go. And while I was out, like every 2 minutes, I was seeing a score bunny, and I was like, "If you dare be a shiny," I'd have been pissed off. Fortunately, there were no shiny score bunnies, but it would have been hilarious if one of them had been shiny. After all that time I'd spent hunting for one in this, and then just to get a random one playing Pokemon Go. Would have been rather annoying. See, the water tints their colouring at certain angles. But so this is probably going to be a bit of a chore of a hunt. But I kind of knew that coming into this, so it is what it is. But yeah, so not too bad of luck. Also got around to transferring a couple more shinies from Pokemon Go that I needed sent over. So I've got my Deoxys sorted now. Good. The Deoxys was actually a bit of a pain because after transferring it to from Pokemon Go, I needed the defense form, but I only had the attack form from Pokemon Go. So I wanted to change it to defense form because I had two attack forms, both from Pokemon Go. So I thought, okay, I'll just transfer it over to Violet and change its form there, because you can get the meteorite. Thought, oh yeah, that'd be nice and easy. It would not let me. Because apparently I hadn't obtained that Pokemon in this game before. Even though I've had Deoxys on here before now that I've transferred from other games. So I thought, oh yeah, I thought it'd be fine to work with the Pokemon Go ones, but it didn't. I then realised that after doing a bit of research into it, to try and understand what was going wrong, it was because I hadn't got that specific form before. And you need to have that specific form in order to transfer it in from Pokemon Home. Or from Pokemon Go via Pokemon Home. And because I hadn't done that, I'd only send the regular form, normal form Deoxys. It wouldn't let me transfer it. So I had to then transfer my normal form Deoxys, change that form through all the forms just to get it registered, then transfer it back to Pokemon Home. Doesn't it look usually that colour? Yes, it is. I was thinking, I'm so used to seeing it shiny, I thought it had a blue flame normally. The blue flame is the shiny. That's just me being weird. Anyway. Yeah, I had to transfer it over, change its form. I just cycled through all of them, and then transferred it back, and then it would let me transfer the ones over from Pokemon Go. Fine, it's just... I'm pretty sure they could have coded it slightly differently to let that work. Oh, come on. But I got it eventually, so that's fine. Nope. I don't think that is a shiny. No. Wait to get alongside the other one to tell. God, it's so hard to see. I may regret this hunt. I may just... If I don't get this on the first challenge, I may just give up on it and swap to Sobble. This may be another one to get from an outbreak, annoyingly. So I've got a couple of other things I can hunt for, I think. Could replace Poliwag as well, so I can try and go after an extra shiny Poliwag. Because the one I've got is currently from Pokemon Go, and I'd rather not have the Pokemon Go stamp on them if I can avoid it, so... So some I will replace in time. Some I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to replace, like Meltan. And that is only available with the Pokemon Go stamp on it, unfortunately. Melmetal you can get non-shiny, I think. I don't think you can get it shiny without the Pokemon Go stamp, because it was given out in an event, or available in an event. I could not even see that. How far? Halfway through. So 15 minutes in and no shiny isn't that unusual, but this is a pain in the arse hunt. Yeah. So I could swap to Sobble, then go after a Poliwag. If I've got time, then do a little bit on... Couldn't see it again. Then I've got the Totodile outbreak I can quickly try and grab something from as well, but not too fussed about that because I can hunt for that afterwards. Just to replace... I couldn't get going fast enough. just to replace the Pokemon Go ones. So I don't have that many Pokemon Go ones I still need to replace, I don't think. I think there's a few... Are you kidding me? I'm just stuck in, aren't I? I think most of them are going to be fairly easy to get on. Well, I think the other ones are from games. Oh, I'm just stuck. I'm stuck between two of them. Jump as soon as I get it. Going again. Okay. But yeah, that might be the plan, to swap to Sobble, and so that should be fairly easy to spot, so I should be able to reset quite quickly and plough through the hunt. These ones I have to check each one because I can't really see them. That's something I could be doing actually. No, not that one. I have water type. Start knocking them out as I go. That would be a good way to test. Stupid. I was just trying to turn and it moved that way. This is going to be nice. So it might just be quicker to send out. I didn't see that one. Look, there's there's more. Don't go that way, attack the ones I'm pointing you at. So I can be... See, the crystal is distorting their colours. So I can't really see their colours properly because of the crystal. So probably would be best to do an outbreak. I was hoping the spot would be good for doing them, make it clearer to see, but it does not. Pretty sure those two aren't shiny. They're so small and so fast, it's just a pain in the arse. I'll let this sandwich run. So I save beforehand so I can quit out to save the ingredients. If I don't get anything, I can't see these. Oh yeah, I might just do this an outbreak because this is just going to be so annoying. So I'm giving it one chance. Give it one chance, see what happens. Okay. I dodged one and hit another one. It's just... Oh, this is not great. The sun reflecting on the water makes it harder to see them as well. Pretty sure that's not shiny. You can just say no to attacking one of them. That would be great. I'm gonna keep moving and shiny. Yeah, anyway, once I'm done with the water types, like I said in the stream description, I've got flying and or fairy types to come afterwards. So I could do either. I may try one, find it doesn't work so well, and end up doing the other. But, oh, come. I hate these things. I hate these stupid little fish. I've got the flying type wise, I think it's just the Pikipek line I still need. I think I need Pikipek itself and either Tumbeak or Toucannon for the decks. So if I've got one I can evolve it into the other. Oh, but don't see that one. No, there's one there. I was about to say, I wonder if the higher view makes it easier to spot them, but I completely missed that one. I should just keep moving. I'm going to do it from the edge. Yep, bronze or crap smaller than this one. Can't really see these. So you need to get close to them to actually see them, but then they attack you. Ooh. Ah! Hi there. And I've got to buy another one. Shiny hunt isn't going well so far. I'm trying to get these Arrokuda and they're just very hard to spot and very aggressive, so I may give up on Arrokuda when the sandwich runs out and go back to Sobble. So once I've got Sobble, if I get one of these, it'll be great, and I'll then go to Sobble afterwards. If not, I'll just do Sobble and then move on to the Pikipek line. So I need a couple of them. Either 2 Pikipek or at least 1 Pikipek and then one of any of the others. There's a spot where I think I can get all of them. My shiny water duck, I bred for it. I used Masuda method. I done all three of the starters I bred for. So that took a while, but I got there eventually. I just managed to get a Japanese Ditto online and bred them that way. So fair enough. So I got all 3 of the starters when I could. So once you start breeding them, you have the doubles, and you can quite easily trade for the 3rd of, or trade for the other 2 of the starters. Then start breeding them. So it was hard to spot normally, but I think I might have just been breeding normally and then just started wonder trading. Or surprise trading, or whatever it's called in this. And I think I got starters and possibly Ditto from that. I can't remember where... I can't see these stupid fish. I can't remember where exactly I got all the stuff from when I got started, but it's not hard to get a hold of them. So just once you get them, it's just a bit of a chore to breed them. Because normally eggs spawn so slowly, you need a egg boost sandwich to get more. And even then it's slow, and then you've got to hatch all the eggs separately. So unlike the old games where you could grab an egg while hatching the others, you can't really do that now. Which is a bit of a shame, I think, but you can sort of work around it as I did. So I think I found a sandwich that allowed me to get like 90 eggs in half an hour. So like 3 boxes full at best. So hatch a load of them and fairly good chance of getting a shiny from one of them. So I just kept doing that and got all the starters, done a few other bits, done like version exclusives and stuff at the time as well. Annoyingly, I done some of the other starters as well, which then became available in the wild anyhow, so that was a bit of a waste of time in the long run. But didn't know what we were going to be getting in the DLC at the time, so might have actually done it before the DLC was even announced. So I've had these for quite a while. But I'm hoping to avoid doing too much more breeding for shinies now. So I'm hoping to get most of them through just encounters, but past games that I'm going to have to go back to at some point at the moment, so see what comes with ZA, or Zeta A, or whatever you want to call it. So if some of the Pokemon I need become available in that, I won't have to breed them. If they aren't available in that, then I will have to breed them, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So it depends on how long it takes for ZA to come out. So I'm expecting it to be around the Switch 2 launch. So, which I'm thinking is April, May time. No, May, June time. The PR stuff is April, May. So I'm hoping ZA comes out around then and hoping it gives me access to some of the shinies I need. So I don't have to keep breeding for all of them. So for now I'm just concentrating on sandwich hunting and outbreaks. Excuse me, outbreaks to catch them. And then I'll switch over to Legends Arceus once I'm done on Scarlet and Violet. Which shouldn't be too long. I think I've got 30 or so left to do. So I've got a few tricky hunts like the Mousehold Family of 3 and the Dunsparce 3 segment. They're going to take a while, but if I get lucky I might get them quicker, so. But I'll probably do... I might try and do some longer streams to try and get those done. Tandem Mouse, at least, so that will probably be quite a long one. But, but yeah, breeding isn't great. So Scarlet and Violet is, and BDSP, I think the main way to get shinies is through, or the most shinies is through just breeding. So there are other methods, but they're more restricted as to what you can get, and can take some RNG manipulation to actually do it properly and or quickly. Like the max raids, you could manipulate the RNG to get shinies a lot easier, but I think I'd done it once or twice and it was very tedious, so, and kind of cheating a bit, so it sort of took the fun out of it, sort of just working out how to get, or how many steps you had to ticket through to get the shiny, and I think it ruined the fun of it a bit for me, doing it that way. So I didn't do it too much. That, as a result, left me with quite a few shinies from Sword and Shield that I don't actually have, that I didn't realise, because I wasn't properly keeping track of them at that point. So I'm hoping some of them become available in ZA, being easier to find. So Arrokuda and Barraskewda have only caught in Sword and Scarlet and Violet, despite being introduced in Sword and Shield. Summon is almost out, so I probably won't be doing this much longer. I've got left 3 minutes. Then once this is over, I'll switch to Sobble. Yeah, and I think BDSP, I think it's because the shiny charm doesn't work properly. So you got the sort of outbreaks and stuff, which I never really liked doing, really. I can do it, I've done it a couple of times, but I just find it annoying having to spot the squares of grass, and they may spawn out of range, and then you have to recharge it if you don't get it spawn. It's just, and then it could just break without you doing anything wrong. So I just, not a shiny hunting method I enjoyed. The Poke Radar. So didn't really do much shiny hunting on BDSP. Actually got a random Noctowl, Hoot Hoot at one point, and I just added it to my team, used it up to Noctowl. So I thought there was one, I can't see it. These are so hard to see. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this off stream because this is just going to get annoying. Actually, I wonder if I could fish for these in Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield, you could actually fish chain for them. I might try that at some point. Oh, come on! Just double check that. Yeah, so the best ways to shiny hunt at the moment are Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus, so try and get as much as I can from those games. So if this one does turn out to be easier on Sword and Shield with fish and chaining, I might do that instead. But I'll have to try that out. So I don't think it's specifically fish chaining, I think it's just any chaining, but it's easier to do when fishing, because you're limited as to what you can pull up. We'll see. I'll look into that. But this is probably going to be one I do not get today. What are we at? 45 seconds. So if this runs out without a shiny, fine, I'll just restart to get the ingredients back and go after Sobble instead. I was originally planning to start with Sobble, but thought I'd change this one because I thought it'd be more annoying and I want to try it out first, and I didn't want to do Sobble and then come to this one only to find it was a pain in the arse, because that could waste sound time doing it that way. I pressed that looking in the complete opposite direction. A little bit laggy. If one of these could be shiny, that would be great. Yeah, the sandwich has ended. Let's do another quick loop just in case any more have spawned. Oh, and I've got Yanma on the pond as well. Yeah, that's what the sandwich does to isolate. It removes the Yanma. So unfortunately it can't completely... when you breed two shinies together, it doesn't... It's just a regular chance. So breeding shinies doesn't affect shiny chance at all. Alright, I'm just gonna restart this. Yeah, shiny chance is based on just a random number, so breeding shinies doesn't affect that shiny chance. Masuda method affects the shiny chance. Breeding a native Pokemon with a foreign Pokemon, typically done with Japanese, but I believe it can work with any foreign language Pokemon. So Ditto is the obvious one. Pick up a Japanese Ditto and you can basically breed anything and it substantially increases your shiny chance. You can usually just put up a request on Pokemon Home. People are usually trading Dittos on there all the time. Just use the GTS system, put up your Ditto, ask for a Ditto in return. Chances are you'll get a foreign language one, so that should do the trick. So that's probably the easiest way to get them. So most generations I can pick them up quite easily just by doing random trades. How do I do it? Do what? Do the trading or do the breeding? So Pokemon Home, you do the trading through the smartphone app. That might be what you're confused about. I need to save here first. I tend to just put up a request, and I guess I get lucky most of the time. So I've never really had much trouble getting hold of a foreign Ditto. So people are always trading them. So I've put up some. I've transferred some of the regional Furfru onto my Pokemon Home yesterday, and been putting those onto GTS, asking for the regionals that I don't have, and I've got I've got most of them now. I think it's just the French and Egyptian ones. I did actually get a notification just as I was starting to stream that another one had gone through. One of them's traded. But yeah, I've always found it quite easy to get foreign Dittos. I quite often do wonder trades as well, and people sometimes give foreign Dittos through that. So quite often when there's a Ditto event on, it's not uncommon. So in Sword and Shield they done a Ditto event, and there was a lot of Ditto around for that event, but concentrate on so much. Yeah, I've never really had that much trouble. It's always been fairly easy. So you can do a search for them as well. You can say, even if So I'm actually booting up Pokemon Home on my phone as I'm doing this. Oh, ooh, that was close. Ooh. I'll see what that Furfrou is, and I'll see what Dittos there are. So in Scarlet and Violet's own trade system, you can't really request stuff that easily. So, which is why I would use Wonder Trade to start off with. Once you get connected to Pokemon Home, you can quite easily use the GTS to request certain Pokemon. So it's, I've always found it quite easy. So. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a Ditto. You can just try and get a Pokemon of the same species that you want, or a male of a matching species would work, but not as great because of the slowest breeding speed. So Ditto or the same Pokemon. Yeah, I've just had the next one of the I think it's the Valentine's trim I'm now getting. So I do have just the last two to come through. I could have waited for the Valentine's one for the Furfrou, but I can't be bothered. I think I'll just put it in. Anyway. Now the Sobble should be in this pond. Now I can. Why is that one coming straight towards me? I can't see its fin. That's yellow thing. Yeah, it's a good spot for him. A little picnic here. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just doing a quick search on Pokemon Home for Ditto. English, Japanese. There's one asking for a Skrelp. So just straight away there's someone with a Japanese Ditto that's asking for a Skrelp of any kind. So you can quite easily, depending on what game you've got, you might be able to do that. What else have we got? A regular form Taurus. Oh, I know that's English, sorry. Shiny Japanese one. Spanish looking for a Mudkip of any kind. Simplified Chinese looking for a 91 to 100. And someone looking for a Poltegeist for a Japanese Ditto. So there's all sorts that make it really easy to trade for them. So it's mostly version exclusives people will be after. So just a quick search. Someone asked her with a Japanese Ditto asking for a simplified Chinese Ditto. Someone looking for an English Ditto. Yeah, so it's fairly easy to just search on Pokemon Home for them. So you just need the smartphone app rather than the Switch app. I never understood why they split that between the two apps. I think they should just make it all available on both. So I find the smartphone app a pain in the arse for organising because it doesn't use the boxes properly. It just has one long list, and I hate that. I like the boxes. Just give me the boxes. Where am I? How different is Sobble's normal colour? Body colour's sort of greyish. Right, that makes it easier. But yeah, so GTS I find great to just pick up any odd bits and pieces I need. So Ditto's an easy one. So if you're lucky enough to get a good IV one, you can even IV breed for them. Whoop, no, that's not what I meant to do. So it got to a point where I was getting enough. So quite often with the starters and stuff as well, people just trade them off for other things they need, or want to trade them away when they've got extras. Quite often there'll be leftovers from shiny breeding themselves, and quite often they'll be good IVs, so you can quite often use them as a starting point for IV breeding as well. So I think I ended up with a Japanese Ditto that has 5 perfect IVs or something like that. I think I ended up with a few of them actually. But I usually pick them up on most games. But I think the one I use has 5 perfect IVs, and that's pretty close to being perfect for IV breeding. So, as I'm not that fussed about IVs, I figured I'd use it as well. Anyhow, yeah. So originally I started IV breeding, or I started shiny breeding just normally, and then I think one of my friends asked me to breed them a shiny, and they were after one to use in a type lock playthrough of the game. They wanted a specific Pokemon shiny, so I bred one for them because I was doing a lot of shiny breeding at the time, and they asked if I could breed IVs as well. Like, I hadn't really bred IVs, so I looked into it, and it's really easy. Just keep checking the IVs of each one you hatch, and just breed the best one with the Ditto, with a Destiny knot. And you've got quite a good chance of getting one with good IVs. I think I ended up getting one with like 5 perfect IVs, so I'm not sure how much he actually used it. He may not even have the Pokemon anymore. He may have got rid of it, but I think I ended up breeding myself some at the same time, so whichever one it was. Can't remember what it was now at all, so it's quite a while ago. Yeah, after when I first started shiny hunting, it was just soft resetting and breeding was all I was doing, so I've been at it for a while. So I think it was only X and Y or Sun and Moon or something like that I started IV breeding. So it wasn't really that long ago, relatively speaking, considering I've been at this since Platinum. So I was doing it for quite a while without doing IV breeding. So now we've got the hyper training that can cover any missed IVs, so certainly cheaper just to use a single bottle cap to IV breed the one stat you're missing, rather than breeding all the stats, or hyper training all the stats. So getting a perfect shiny is fairly unlikely. I think I've done it once or twice just by luck, but yeah, I'm quite happy to settle with 5 perfect IVs and then just IV train the IV hyper train. That's what I was words in for the last one. Yeah, so the breeding does take quite a bit of time. So it was easier in past games because you could do 1 egg at a time. Well, 5 eggs at a time. But every egg you hatched, you could then pick up another one to replace it and just keep going constantly until you got the shiny. On this one, so you're basically doing it in batches of like up to 90 at a time, and then have to hatch all 90 before you can then know if they're shiny, and then start again if you don't. So I found Artisan, I think it is, the one with the windmill, to be my favourite spot to breed in this game. You can go just outside to actually do the picnic to get the eggs and everything. So I do the sandwich first, and the egg power 2 I think I got done. I think it was egg power 2, and then I might have done egg power, I might have figured out an egg power 3 one, I can't remember. Whichever one I done. I was using an egg power sandwich. Boosted the amount of eggs you get in half an hour. So I'd let that sandwich run out, get as many eggs as I can from it, so I have to keep pressing the A button to keep checking the basket. And so just fill up the boxes. Then when I was done, I'd fill my party with a whole load of eggs, and with a flame body or magma armor Pokemon. I think I've got a mag cargo here that I used for that. Hatch them quicker, and I just run around the windmill, because there's a big circular path around the outside of the windmill, which I found was quite nice for hatching. Now, most games have had a similar sort of area where it's been good to just run around and in sort of a single. You can sort of hold the control stick in one spot and just keep running. Just slight tweaks here and there just to realign yourself. So I remember back in Platinum and Diamond, Pearl and Platinum, outside the Pokemon Center there was just a big run that you could just keep doing, get the line right, and you could go right the way up through the route above and then right the way back down through the route below. You get a nice long path to hatch eggs. Some of the other games I don't think had quite as good a run on them. X and Y I remember had, you would go in left and right, and it was a similar thing. If you got the position right, you could just, there was a cave, and you could stop just outside the cave, and then go the opposite way and go into the town. That was a nice long run again. That's a fairly long route, I think, so it's quite good for that. Sun and Moon didn't have a line like that, you just had to run around in a circle. Sword and Shield also had, you had to basically just run around in a circle, but I just hope you didn't bump into anything. So, which was a bit of a risk if you weren't paying attention. You could run into grass and end up with an encounter. But so in Artisan you're not going to get encounters in the town, so it's nice and safe. You might bump into someone from time to time, but just keep an eye on it, and you leave the sound on, you can hear the bump sound, so just to quickly reposition and carry on. So you can get the control stick in the right place, you can basically continue running almost endlessly. I'll do a bit further this way. Yep. Didn't like that for a second there. So yeah, doing a half an hour just to breed, and then however long it takes to hatch 90 eggs. It's a bit time consuming, so not the best sort of shiny hunt to do on stream, I think. So hatching the eggs would be fine, because you'd be getting a sort of fairly regular influx of hatches to go off, but the actual process of breeding, that's not so good. So that's why I'm not planning to do any breeding on stream at the moment. So Sword and Shield might be better if I went back to that to do some breeding. But So it's still not great, so you're not really doing much. Just picking up eggs and dropping them off. But so yeah, not the best shiny hunting method at the moment. So, but that was one of the best we had before. So. But yeah, so I've got quite a bit of experience with it. I'm over an hour into the stream already. Not got it left on this sandwich. Oh, only halfway through it. Must have lost a bit of time at the start. Why am I looking that closely at them? Yeah, so previous games I'm looking, my main source of shinies will be soft resetting or breeding. So the regular Dynamax encounters can be manipulated, but I don't really like doing it that way. And you've also got the Dynamax Adventures. So I've got some good shiny luck from that before now, but it takes a while, and as I'm doing it by myself, the AI can just completely screw you over, and you can just end a run just with stupid AI. So probably better if you've got people to do it with, but yeah, not really in a hurry to do that. So most things I can get from the Dynamax Adventures I think I've found elsewhere already, so. So it's funny, the first time I'd done a Dynamax Adventure, went through the whole thing, not expecting to get anything special, got Zygarde, checked it afterwards, shiny. Just shiny Zygarde from my first Dynamax Adventure. Crazy luck on that one. I think that was the only shiny legendary I managed to get from that in the end. So I think everything else I got somewhere else. Probably just in the original games. Can't remember. I was hoping a shiny Sobble would show up quick on this. But it should be easy to spot. So, sort of greyish body and pink fin. And I'll probably go on to the Pikipek line to see if I can get one of them. So I've not been having great luck with shinies on stream lately. Well, not last stream at least, definitely not. My previous stream I got 5, last stream I got 2, so it's not the best. Come on, shiny Sobble. The past few days I've seen the YouTuber Press A playing the Pikmin Squared ROM hack. Well, I don't really think it is a ROM hack, really. It's they've rebuilt the entire Pikmin 1 game in Pikmin 2's game engine. So, not entirely sure if that would be classed as a ROM hack, probably. But I do like the Pikmin games. So I've got to see him play that. He was playing the Louis Quest, which is a their own mod for it, which gives a whole new story quest following Louis. Oh, good rain. That seems to be... So I've played all the Pikmin games, but some of the sort of hard mode challenges they do just don't really appeal to me, because that's not really how the games were meant to be played. But the Louis Quest is sort of a all new sort of story that they've made, which I quite like the idea of. So I'm kind of tempted to try it at some point. May do it on stream sometime, but looks like it probably takes like 5-6 hours to complete, so probably won't get it done in a single stream. I'll need to work out when to do it, unless I just do a longer stream. Could try and do a longer stream one day, try and get started. Maybe just before lunch. And run until early evening. Probably work. I need to stop getting sidetracked with other things and actually start stream when I mean to. So there's always something that comes up at the moment. But yeah, so always like the Pikmin games. So I like the sort of puzzly, collecty sort of elements to it. So one of my friends introduced me to it back on the GameCube, so I borrowed it from him. He actually introduced me to the GameCube. That was since high school. Sort of every year I've had sort of friends round to play video games on my birthday. So it's become sort of a tradition for us, just as a way to catch up once a year. So it's sort of less for my birthday, which is what it started for, but it's now more of just a yearly catch-up day when we can get together. But getting harder and harder to get everyone together now, so less and less people each time. So we're mostly meeting up online now, which actually allows us to do stuff more regularly. But yeah, it's one of these sort of Christmas... There's a shiny. One of these Christmas gaming sessions that he bought his GameCube round, and I got hooked on it. So I got my own the following year, a few months later I think it was, and that was pretty much that. So he lent me Pikmin 1. I got Pikmin 2 for Christmas or birthday the next year. Well, the year it was released, whenever that was. And yeah, I've basically played every Pikmin game since. I played Pikmin Bloom on my phone, so I played Pokemon Go as well, so doing both at the same time, fairly easy. Right, that's that. See if I can replace Poliwag while I'm at it. Right, that's a Sobble. Sorted. Sobble was... Not Sobble, Poliwag was here, I think. It's a good place to get it. Yeah, so... I borrowed Pikmin 1 from him, then played Pikmin 2, Pikmin 3 and whatnot. when Pikmin 1 was re-released on the Wii, I got it on there. So I do technically have a copy of each game. Got Hey Pikmin as well on the 3DS, which not a great game, but it was still fairly fun. I found just little puzzles. Okay. Ooh. Is that where I want it? That might be where I want it. That should work. Somewhere around here. Yeah, I don't usually play hacks or ROMs or mods or stuff of games a lot of the time. So I like to play games as they were intended. That's not as many spawns as I was thinking there would be. Is there stuff spawning above me? I was expecting there to be loads of spawns in here. Only got 5 minutes anyhow, so chances are I won't get a shiny. Well, I can get right in here with the sandwich. Picnic. Oh, I know. Where are these all spawning? What's... stuff spawning up top that's messing with it. Is it the Pokemon up top spawning? I am not really sure. Anyway, trying to work this out as I'm talking. Yeah, so I don't really do mods and stuff that often, but so this one being a sort of the new story mode that they've made, so it's like almost a fan game more than a mod or anything, so kind of tempted to give it a go. So I may do that on a stream at some point. Stop spawning in the walls. I'm hearing stuff. I was hoping I'd just be able to set this off and let it run, but that spawn's showing up properly. May not work. Do I need to be in this corner? Only got 3 minutes left anyhow, and that's just spawning nothing. Oh, that's something. Spawned a single polywag. It's not spawning anything outside this wall. So it must be up above. Which is unfortunate. Hmm. Probably switching to Pikipek in a sec, so... Two, 3, 4, 5. Oh, getting there. Try it a few times, see what happens. Yeah, so... don't know if I'll do that on a weekday. I might try and fit it in on a weekend sometime. I've got to... might be able to do it this Sunday maybe? So I've got a lot of stuff on the Saturday, but Sunday I think is free. This Pollywag's only an extra one anyhow, so I'm not too fussed if I don't get that today. Oh, that better spawn. I might just play through the main storyline on the Pikmin Squared offline just to sort of test that it's working properly. And may do that this Sunday if I've got time. Just an extra stream to slip in. It does look like fun, so I saw press A playing it, and I actually missed most of the stream, but the little bits that I saw of it did look quite good. So Poliwag is a pain to spot as well, but I'm hoping the shadows will help in this case. And that's that sandwich basically gone, so that's... I think everything else was spawning above, annoyingly. So up here, I think it was. I think I was hearing these hoot hoot up on this ledge. A rock ruff there. Yeah, I reckon they were just those spawning instead. Anyway. I got one shiny out of the sandwich, so that'll do. And Arrokuda, which is the main one I was after, is going to be a nightmare to catch, so I'm going to leave that for now. And head back to the academy. That is Coastal Plaza. This should be the spot for getting the Pikipek line. I haven't realised how late it's gone. Probably got another half hour, 45 minutes left on stream today. I should probably change this stream to say Pikipek line. Right. Save. Where's the flying type sandwich that I accidentally started making earlier? This one was actually slightly easier to make. Onion, pepper, prosciutto, and then I can do the bitter and spicy. So I do have 5 salties left, but might as well use up these while I've got them. So this one's easier because there's prosciutto, which can just sit on the bottom. Calm out. There you go. Right, putting the onion at the end. Make 3 piles of peppers. And we should be good. So it should give flying power to get the Pikipeks. A little bit harder to spot this one, but it shouldn't be too hard because it's got the pinky crest on the Pikipek. And then Toucan and Trumpik have the brightly coloured beaks. You can quite easily see. So, and we've got the rest area, whatever it is, to work as a reset point. So I don't even need to use a picnic reset, which is handy. So I might crack an extra sandwich out thinking about it to get the polywag and got the Totodile outbreak I can hunt something from as well. Annoyingly, Arrokuda spawn here as well, so I will have to get annoyed by that. Quick reset. So you get groups of them spawning right here, which is really good. Not sure where the rest of them all spawn. Hoping to get some. Okay, they're going to be annoying spawning in the flowers. That does appear to be the spot for them. So the downside is there is a lot of foliage for them to hide in. That should be fine. Oop. Are you pink? No. Making a beak. Nothing showing up as pink. No. Yeah. So I was watching Press A earlier about Pikmin, so I don't actually watch that many Pokemon streamers, really. It's more Pokemon YouTubers that sometimes stream that I watch. Just because it's easier to watch them when I want. So, kind of why I've just been uploading everything. So, I'm not one to sort of produce proper video out of anything at the moment. I'm just sort of recording myself playing, so I don't really see the need to properly edit stuff just yet. But I do like having my videos there for anyone who wants to watch. For anyone who wants to watch them, so I watch like PM7 and M&J TV Plays doing their Pokemon challenges, a lot of which are on mods and stuff, but which I'm not really interested in doing that, but I like the idea of them. They're quite fun to watch. I've watched a bit of people playing like hide and seek as well. There was one streamer that I started. I did actually join in a couple of times. They were doing hide and seek with viewers, and I managed to get in on a couple of their sessions and hid, but the timing wasn't great for me, so I haven't really followed them on a regular basis, but they're mostly on YouTube anyhow, so some, should I? Yeah. Obviously do. So this is a good spot to get these things. Basically just keep running backwards and forwards to those group spawns. Wrong tab. A male and female of the same Pokemon. Shiny or just for breeding, do you mean? So you only need one foreign one for breeding, but having the matching species does speed up the breeding process. So when I think before I got the Ditto, I used... I think I used a Japanese Pokemon instead. So I bred the Japanese Pokemon with my English Pokemon. Then I think the Japanese one was someone had obviously been shiny breeding, or possibly just IV breeding before, so I had good IVs. So I just used the Japanese Pokemon instead of the Ditto. And every time I got an English one of the Pokemon that had better IVs than the one I was using, that was the right gender, I'd swap it out. And eventually I was breeding a 6 IV English Pokemon with like a 5 IV Japanese Pokemon. And fairly good shiny odds and IV odds. So nice and simple. Yeah, so I tend not to watch a huge amount of sort of Pokemon streamers, usually sort of very sort of limited ones, usually YouTube rather than streaming. So what I tend to watch streaming is just more sort of generic streamers. So I just quite often watch people playing like Lethal Company. I think I started off watching them playing Among Us and stuff. That was when I started watching streamers properly, when they're playing Among Us. Now, then they're sort of Lethal Company, and got me playing Lethal Company with my friends. And sort of what I watch sort of varies from time to time, so a lot of time I don't follow a specific person a lot. So at the end of stream I tend not to raid into anyone because I don't really know of anyone who's streaming at that time. Because I don't really follow that many people. That's how it not really got many viewers at the moment anyhow, so I don't think it's really that worth it for me to bother raiding people anyhow. My viewers can find someone else to watch themselves if they want to watch someone else. Yeah. Another one a streamer I've been watching a lot of, mostly over Christmas. I was watching Vedal with his AI twins, Muro and Evil. I think it's fascinating. The way he's sort of created them and the way they respond, and you can sort of see them slowly evolving as they're sort of learning how to behave properly and how to react to different situations. I'm pretty sure it's just sort of reinforcement learning that they learn through, but I thought I missed that. But when they start arguing and stuff, I just think it's hilarious that they do just sound like children arguing with one another, or sort of teasing Vedel himself. And it's just the fact that these are AI that have just been made by, I would say one guy, but he does actually have some other people helping him on the side. I think they're more sort of additional features that they help him with. But it's mostly just Vedel that's done it. But yeah, I think it's fascinating how they sort of just some of their behaviours and stuff are sort of developing. They're basically the same code, but they each have their own sort of quirks to them and their own sort of opinions, rather than just being. So they're getting less and less robotic the more they develop. And it's crazy watching them. So over Christmas they were doing their subathon, and it was funny towards the end because he started playing The Long Drive and had them as if it was a road trip, and he was the dad taking his daughters to Disneyland. Yes. And just having them arguing in the back seat as he was driving along. It was mad, but it was brilliant how they were responding at times. So, it's just some of the things they'd come out with at times, it's just bizarre. He got a bit tortured by that subathon Vedel, so he was intending for it to only last a couple of weeks. I think the previous subathon they'd done the previous year, it only lasted like 9 days. So he thought, yeah, a couple of weeks and it'll be over. It lasted 4 weeks. He wanted to go on holiday. He had a holiday booked, and it was getting dangerously close to overlapping with his holiday. So the AIs can run by themselves a lot of the time. A lot of the time he's just setting them up and just letting them run without him watching them at all for a few hours each day while he was doing other things. But leaving them long term while he goes on holiday isn't really something he would want to do. Especially if they start getting themselves in trouble with things. So they start insulting people a bit too much. When he started turning their filter off, he has a filter to make sure they don't say anything they shouldn't, but he started turning it off because they're sort of learning not to say that sort of thing for themselves, not having to be filtered to stop them from saying it. And just as soon as he turned it off, they just went through repeating every swear word they could think of. Which I thought was great. It's like, that's what you'd expect a kid to do if they suddenly had the ability to swear. If they'd been unable to swear for all that time and finally they're told they can swear, they're gonna swear. No, a couple of times he had to turn the filter back on just to avoid problematic things being said. And during the subathon, during the long drive bit, he forgot to turn their filter off after doing one of their other segments, and they started demanding for it to be turned off, which I thought was funny. And he finally turned it off on one of them, but they didn't know which one, so they decided to work out how to they worked out how. Oops, knocked the mic, I think. They worked out a way to tell who was still filtered and who wasn't. And one of them said, "I think women should have more rights," and then the other, "I think women shouldn't," and then it stopped. It's like, you tell what they were about to say, and didn't want that said, so apparently that was a filter that kicked in and stopped them from saying. something very controversial. And the fact they came up with that to say, and actually worked to identify which one was still filtered. It was really funny, I found. Just bizarre things like that. It's just, how do they come up with that? So some of the things they say is so clever but so childish at the same time. And they're so frequently trying to be naughty, which I think is just their sort of reinforced learning kicking in, because I think they learn to do things more if chat responds to it well, and if they do something naughty, chat is going to respond to it well. Chat likes it when they're naughty, so they keep being naughty. And I think that's why they're always insulting Vedel and trying to get him in trouble for things. But it's mad that they just started coming up with this on their own. They'll try and reveal his address at times. But they'll repeat the address that he's said to them, but he's told them the false address and he doesn't want them leaking it. So they keep repeating it. But yeah, I love watching his streams with them because it's just so it's interesting and I find it funny. I mean, people do question whether or not it's a good idea to make AI like that, but as long as there are limits to it, I think it's fine. So there isn't much that they don't have full control over things. So he limits what they can actually access and stuff. Although they have made certain threats at times, which is sort of, they could easily become Skynet and just wipe out all of humanity just for the fun of it. But so that sort of thing is worrying, but he would never let them do that, and it's also the question of, would they actually do it, or are they just saying that because it's funny? So he was playing like Detroit Become Human with them as well, and he was expecting them to just act in the most violent way possible, I think, but they were actually being sort of considerate of some of the characters, and it was kind of surprising that they were actually thinking about the feelings and the impact it would have on others as they were doing it, which they don't always do when they say some of their things, or they don't imply it. So if they are just saying things just to get sort of comments, that's just them. But yeah, I just think it's funny watching. And he was so tortured by the end of it. On the last day, I think he started the stream with 5.5 hours left on the clock. So he was like, okay, it'll be finished in about 4 or 5 hours once chat adds a bit more time to it. It was substantially longer than that. I think it was like 2 hours later, it was still at 2.5 hours left. And an hour after that, it was at 3 hours. It was going up. I'll go up here as well. And people coming into the stream to some of his friends that collaborate with him were coming into the stream to congratulate him on the stream ending just as it would end. But then the timer kept going up again. So kept getting down to like 5 minutes or even 1 minute at times, and then going back up to like 10, 15 minutes. It's just because the time he was streaming it, he was streaming it overnight so that it would be viewed more by Americans viewers. So he's another British streamer, but so I'm on the same time zone as him, but he was streaming it so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was going live earlier in the day, but he was sleeping through part of it, so he could be awake when he was collabing with the American creators as they were coming online. So either the Americans would come on in the evening, or ones in Japan would, or it was New Zealand and stuff, so in Australia and that, they'd be coming on in the morning but they're all coming on at the same time, which is sort of overnight for us. So he got into the habit of being active on stream overnight and then sleeping through the day, which is fine. It's a sensible way of doing it, really. But so as I was trying to watch the end of the subathon, and it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and he still had like 2 hours left on the clock. I was like, I'm gonna need to just go to bed. So I ended up going to bed, and just as I woke up like 11 o'clock, and yeah, sometime around 11, I think it was just before 11. I opened Twitch and he was just finishing. It's like 11:15 in the morning. It was like, how long had he been going? Keep watching clips of him doing it, and he was struggling towards the end. That was funny. Yeah, good fun. So he's probably the streamer I've been watching the most of lately. And when I first started watching streamers, I watched like the Among Us sort of things, and so like the offline TV lot and all their sort of group. So sort of extending that to sort of Sykkuno and Valkyrie and stuff. So I'd watch them quite a lot. So I usually just I'd get clips and stuff at first, and then I started watching streams when I could, when I'd see them online. But they tend to hop from one game to another a lot of time. It's like, if it's not a game that I particularly enjoy watching, I sort of go off watching them for a bit. So it very much depends on their content, whether or not I want to watch them. Which is fair, so they do stuff to appeal to different people, so that stuff just doesn't appeal to me. So the stuff that appeals to me won't appeal to other people. That's just how things work. Too close to the edge. Oh, what's good? I've been almost 2 hours and only got one shiny so far. This is not going well. I'm not getting good luck with these shiny hunts. Oops. Come on, one more shiny. Wait, is that shiny? That's a shadow, isn't it? That's not a shiny, is it? No, that's it's just a shadow. Oh, I'm getting paranoid now. That's not good. This is just incredible how bad my shiny luck is getting on stream at the moment. I swear I was getting better shiny luck when I was doing the outbreak hunts. problem with outbreak hunts is they take time to actually find the one you want, and then you're sort of stuck on that one until you get the Pokemon, then you have to go through the process of finding another one. How did I hit that? Where are the spawns at? Oops. Oh, I wasn't that far enough. I just keep going back looking towards from there. Just that cluster area of spawns should be the best place to look, but so Sobble, nice and easy hunt. Why is nothing else going well today? We've had the Arrokuda I probably shouldn't have gone for first. I should have realised how hard that would be. Gonna have a quick sip of drink so we'll mute my mic for a sec. Okay. Just put that on right there. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the streams I see playing the multiplayer games. It would be nice if I could get involved with something like that, but I don't really know the communities that well. So I sort of know of them, don't really know them personally, so don't really have any way to get in with them unless they sort of invite me to it. So I don't really want to approach them. I think that'd be a bit rude, just sort of a no-name person, just approach them, asking them to join games. I just don't do that. If they go looking for someone to play and they can come across me and ask me to play, sure I'll play. But I'm not gonna go after it. I sort of go looking for a group to tag onto. I don't really like being a tag along. If I get invited to something, great. So I just play sort of Lethal Company and stuff with friends when I can. So I'm trying to organise a session at the moment. It's good. One can do 1 week, one can do another week, one can do another week, and it's like none of them actually can do the same weeks. because they're busy. There's at least one person busy every week, so we can't get all of us together at the same time. So a couple of us are like free sort of whenever, so it's the others that are the problem. And then we have conversations that sort of derail the whole thing, where someone starts talking about something else and then someone else says something a little bit questionable, and it just the whole conversation just devolves into just kind of disturbing things at times. But to be honest, that's my friends for you. They do that. So I just try to block it out a lot of the time. So start going off on some rather disturbing, and the sandwich is gone. Some slightly disturbing conversations. Restart to get the sandwich back. So first sandwich was the Arrokuda and was a bust. Second sandwich got a Sobble. Didn't get a polywag, but that wasn't as good as I thought it was. But that was a bit of a long shot anyhow. Third sandwich for Pikipek. Not gone great. And I'm about to do the fourth sandwich. And have about 20 minutes left, I think. So I'm not going to be able to do the full sandwich. Hopefully I get a shiny before then. So, fingers crossed. Why did I do that? That's my habit of sandwich resetting. Picnic resetting. I always call it sandwich resetting when it's not bloody sandwich resetting. It's a picnic reset. Let's just do the big one again. There's onion. I can't actually remember what was it. Did it even have onion? No, it does not. No, yeah, it did have onion. Okay. Oh, I'm really hoping my shiny luck picks up at some point. Oops. Just hoping I'll get another shiny from the stream, but 2 shinies per stream is terrible. So I was getting at least 3 before. So the odd one where I got less, but the vast majority were at least 3. Or at least 2. But at least 2, but now this is only 2, and it's like this should be getting more. What's going on? Not the prettiest sandwich, but it will do. Well, I assume it will do. I wonder if it's something to do with the sandwiches I'm using. Now, it says level 3 sparkling power. But since I've been using these alternate sandwich recipes, my shine luck has been a lot less. Come on, shiny straight away would be amazing. No pink, no colourful beak. No horde. Thought I couldn't see them, they're in the bushes. Problem with Pikipek is it is rather small. Oops, crap. Don't want that. So I need 2 of this line, so 1 Pikipek and 1 of either of the others. Or a second Pikipek. That's going to be a shadow, isn't it? But I want to check anyhow. Yeah, it's just shadow. Oh, shiny luck is not good. This should be the faster shiny hunting method, and I'm getting less. This is insane. Maybe it's just because I'm going for such specific hunts and just not... See, normally I kept seeing these spawn in outbreaks, but I thought, okay, I'll leave them for a shiny hunt, for a sandwich hunt. I shouldn't have done. I should have just gone with the outbreak. Same with the Arrokuda Barrascuda. Should just have gone with the outbreaks. So it's a bit late in the stream to swap over now, so I do have the Totodile I could go for, but kind of want to get at least one of my other main targets. Even if I only get one of these now, at least it's something caught on stream. Hadn't got out far enough. Ugh. I'm starting to get a bit worn out now. Oh, I'm feeling hot, I think. House is so often cold. Parents went shopping earlier. And when they came in, they just left the doors open. The whole house froze. Turned the heating back on. It's been on ever since. So the house is starting to get rather warm now. I keep doing that. Just don't quite go far enough out. Come on. What is there still no shiny? Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I went shopping, bought in the shopping, but we have a large porch. Why they couldn't leave the shopping in the porch and then close the outer door and bring it in from the porch by opening the inner door? Leave the inner door closed, bring the shopping to the porch, close the outer door, then open the inner door. That's what a buffer zone like that is for. It's literally what we designed them for. So that's why public buildings will have a lobby. Oops. Public buildings have a lobby to act as a buffer zone. Buffer zone is where the doors open onto, but it's not a main heated space. It may still be heated, but so a lot of public buildings use a buffer zone to solve that problem. Our house has a porch, which also works as a buffer zone, but they don't use it as a buffer zone. You just open the outer door, open the inner door, just one after the other. I think it's a habit from when they bring my brother in, because being in his wheelchair, so we have the large porch for his wheelchair, storing it in. When we bring him in, we need to get him out of his chair quickly, otherwise he gets ratty and starts thrashing around, and that's not good for anyone. So we open both doors and just wheel him straight through. But that isn't good for the heating, because it just allows all the air just to escape straight away. And I think my parents are just so used to doing that, where they just open both doors, that they just don't think about it. It's just habit now. It's a habit they could really do with getting out of. Oh. God, this cold earlier in the day, warm now. It's just must feel a bit tiring. I quite often during the day have to get my quilt off my bed to keep warm. My parents were complaining about how cold it was earlier. Now blooming hot. I just feel so drained from the heat. It's either I'm falling asleep from the cold, because I can't stay awake when I'm that cold, or I'm being drained by the heat. Sort of stuck between two bad situations. Just can't get a decent middle point. So our heating is a mess in this house, so we can't control individual rooms properly. So rather than having sort of individual room control, it's a case of heating is on or heating is off, that's it. So it's just basically a timer. I've done it again! Paying attention probably anyway. Got about 10 minutes left. Really want to get another shiny. Yes, it is. I thought it was. I couldn't tell if it was the woman shadow again. Please say this doesn't have any shelf harming moves. 58. Voice. No. No self-harming moves. Alright, this is the Pikipek out of the way, so that's the hardest one. Now it doesn't matter which one I get. Okay. Probably not the best angle to get the encounter at for the screenshot, for the thumbnail, but it's one of them. But that was hard to spot under the tree. Okay. Not solid, I'm just going to throw a bubble. No. I was going to false swipe it again just to get it down to 1, but didn't need to. Right. That's one. That's at least something. Okay, now I'll try and get the next one. The fact that it didn't spawn with the group is the most annoying bit about it. And yet I still managed to spot it, which I'm quite happy about actually. Oh, I know why the house is getting so hot right now. My mum's cooking as well. The heat from the cooking, plus the heat of the heating being on, baking the house. Right, so any shiny will do fine from this family now. Little lip again. So if I don't get another one of these before the end of stream, I'll probably just outbreak hunt for the other one off stream at some point. Probably before next week, probably might even be tonight. If I can get one to spawn. Shouldn't be too hard because it's a fairly common spawn. Have a look at it. But now that I've got the Pikipek, it doesn't matter which one of the three will show up, so I think Pikipek was the one I was seeing showing up the least. Mostly Toucan and Trumbeak, so as I've got Pikipek, that wasn't paying attention. That's the hardest part of it out of the way. Would like to get a last second shiny, like I had been getting. Oh good, this again. Jump before they grab me again. If it could just be a Toucan or a Trumbeak, that'd be great because they're nice and easy to spot. Where are they? Up there. Not shiny. Missing spawns, so I knew there was some more somewhere. Got about another 5 minutes, so... If you have another shiny, give it to me now. Lighting at certain angles, the blooming crests look pink a bit. Or at least they do to my eyes. So. Come on, one more, one more. need to remember to blink. I stare at the screen so much I forget to blink at times. That's not good for my eyes. It does start to make them a bit sore after a while. Last night after stream I was just sort of not really doing much and suddenly felt like I was having a bit of an allergic reaction to something. Eyes started itching and started sneezing, which just sitting in my room is a bit worrying because there's not much that should cause that, and nothing in my room should cause it. That's the sort of thing that happens when I'm around cats for too long. This was a very sudden reaction. It's the sort of reaction I get when I touch him. Or touch a cat and then put my hand on my face or something like that. Oops. I looked away. Yeah, a few more minutes, got another couple of respawns to try. One last second shiny would be fantastic. Just want to check up on this ledge. It seems to be where they keep spawning. So I may have missed some up on that ledge earlier. Didn't realise. Oh, there's a cluster down here, that's first. Ooh. One advantage of breeding hunting using the soother method, you don't have to keep your eagle eye on the screen as you're doing it so much. Same with soft reset hunting. Once it spawns, just quick glance at the screen. If it's not what you want, reset. Still working on that Ash Hat Pikachu, by the way. I've started to get a bit worried that the shiny odds on my Ultra Moon game would, considering how long it was taking, I wasn't getting a shiny, it might have actually hit the 1 in 8,000 or whatever it is chance that I have the same shiny odds as the as what the shiny lock is designed for. So the shiny locks. So even though the shiny lock shouldn't work, there is a 1 in 8,000 chance that it will still work. Because it uses Ash's trainer ID and whatnot. And if by some sheer dumb luck that ID is sort of shiny match to yours, then it will still be shiny locked. So I'm wondering if that account is actually shiny locked when it is only a 1 in 8,000 chance of it being shiny locked. So for that reason I decided to start hunting on Ultra Sun instead, because I still haven't claimed the Pikachu on there either. So hopefully I'll be able to get the shiny now. But it's basically put me back at square one, essentially, so it may take me just as long to find a shiny. So, statistically, so no guarantee it'll work, no guarantee it done anything, so it may have just been really bad luck. Still working on it when I get around to it, so I haven't actually touched it all that much this past week. I've done it a little bit. Spent about 45 minutes doing it, or probably not even that, probably 20 minutes, half an hour. Giving it a go the weekend, but now I should be finishing. Oh, this does appear to be another somewhat disappointing stream. And I thought I might have been shiny for a second. Just the lighting. I'm gonna keep doing this as I sign off. So, bit of a quiet stream again today. So, sort of one viewer tuned in. So I think people are getting a bit bored of Scarlet and Violet now. So we want DA. I thought this might be a little bit more of an... So, looking at the views on Twitch and YouTube afterwards, my shiny hunting streams have got more viewers than any of my other streams that I tried before now, so I thought this would be the best way to do it, but still not getting that many views. So I'm not really doing anything that special really, so maybe when I do something a bit more interesting like the Dunsparce, people might be more inclined, but when I'm just searching for generic Pokemon like this, okay, couldn't see that. That would have been great if it was shiny. I'm going to need to be finishing up now because I've technically overrun slightly what I've been told that I've overrun slightly yet, so I'll be starting to sign off. But for those of you who have been watching, thanks for watching. You can check out all my VODs on YouTube. So the older ones are being deleted off Twitch now, so they won't be around for long. But I back them all up to YouTube, so they're down there as well. I back them all up to YouTube, so you can catch them all there whenever. So feel free to check them out. So if you want to drop me a follow, if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on Twitch. I'll probably be live again next Monday. So I'm actually not sure what types I will go for next. I was thinking fairy types next, but if I focus on a single... Now come downstairs. If I focus on a single type for each stream, I've got more of... I don't know if I'll do... I might do electric, I might do ground and ghost, have a bit of overlap with Sandygast. Oops. Oh. So I think they all should be better hunts than these. Shiny bit. Come on, a last minute shiny would be great. Just finish it off. Wait, is it? No, it isn't. I'm seeing things. I'm just seeing things right now. I'm just... Yeah, I think I'm just getting a bit too worn out of my eyes at this point. But yeah, thanks for watching. So I should be live again next Monday. I may do a stream at the weekend on Sunday possibly. So I may do that Pikmin Squared Louise story, I think it's called, that has been made. Give that a go. So see how long I can actually spend streaming. So I've got a bit of a busy day on Saturday, so I might just be worn out from that. So I may not do that. I'll have to see. But until then,
I will be signing off now. So thanks for watching. Check me out on YouTube or Twitch.